goals, touchdowns. Sports Extra on News 3 starts right now.
Good evening and welcome to Sports Extra. I'm Mark Kiesling. Over the next half hour, we'll look ahead to tonight's matchups in high school football with some playoff berths on the line. We have crews located throughout southern Illinois to bring us live reports. My co-anchor, Julie Williams, is in Carbondale tonight. Danny Valle is in Johnston City. And Joe Rahana joins us from Harrisburg. We start our coverage with Julie. And Julie, are Terrier fans ready for Week 7?
Mark, they are. You can feel it in the air on this homecoming night. It's a beautiful night for high school football. And what's football without the marching band, right? It really just adds to the experience. And I am joined by a very busy young woman tonight. This is Grace Park. She's the drum major for the marching band. Grace, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me. Now, you've got kind of an interesting season scheduled this year. Walk me through what marching band looks like.
Okay, marching band usually in like a typical year, we start early summer, usually around June and July, and we last up until around end of October, and we really focus on like fundamental marching style, but we also learn how to play our instruments while marching with an addition of like visuals, but we also learn how to do like pep tunes, and it's just a really great place for like students to make friends and just to really like make a family. But for this year, especially with our global pandemic, it's been quite different, but I will say that our band has been very, very persistent, even though we have faced like several obstacles, for example, losing membership, or this year is our first year not doing competitive field show, even though we are doing parades. However, our band, we're still a family, we're still in this together, and so it's still been a really great marching band season. Yeah.
And Grace, like I said, you got a busy night. You're also on the homecoming court, so I won't keep you too long. Give us a quick teaser of what your show tonight is going to look like.
Ooh, okay, so basically tonight we're doing Dua Lipa. Our show is called 21st Century Diva because she is a 21st century diva. Dua Lipa actually started off as a model, and so we have a really, really cool like runway scene that the color guard is going to do. They're going to act as models, and it's going to be really great. We also have 2 percussion breaks, especially because our drum line is just really great this year. But just like keep looking forward towards like the really great pop tunes that you're going to listen to this year. And I believe we're covering New Rules, Don't Start Now, Levitating, and Physical. And Physical, we're doing it with the cheerleaders, so it's going to be really great. Yeah.
I am so excited, especially as a former band student. Grace, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us. Now, Carbondale is our band of the week. So, Mark, I'm going to send it back to you, but not until we get a teaser from the drum line behind us here.
Gotta love the drums. Thanks, Julie. There are 2 other games involving South 7 teams tonight. The Marion Wildcats hope to celebrate homecoming with a win over Centralia. If the Wildcats can defeat the Orphans, they'll clinch a spot in the playoffs for the 16th straight season under Coach Kerry Martin. Quite an achievement for the players and the coaching staff. Centralia takes a 3-3 record into the game. Marion comes in at 5-1 overall and 2-1 in conference play. Also in the South 7 tonight, Mount Vernon travels to Cahokia to take on the Comanches. The Rams still looking for their first win of the season. Our coverage continues with our Black Diamond Conference game of the week. Danny Valle is in Johnston City where it's homecoming night. And Danny, what a big game tonight between 2 of the Black Diamond front runners.
Yeah, Mark, it is a heavyweight matchup here in the Black Diamond Conference. That's why we picked this as our Black Diamond Conference game of the week. It's 5-1 Johnston City playing host to 5-1 Cesar Waltonville. You know, out here, if you're out on this field, it smells like barbecue, but it also smells like good football on tap here at Van Meter Field. As you can see, the teams practicing just over my right shoulder. Both teams looking to get their 6th win of the year. That would clinch an IHSA postseason spot. We haven't talked about playoffs in quite a while, and we're only about a month away from it. So Johnston City Indians coming in with a 5-game winning streak, their last 3 wins. Last week coming off against Vienna in a forfeit. They also beat Flora and Hamco decidingly. And also on the other end of things, the Red Devils of Cesar-Valliere-Waltonville have come in winning their last 4 straight games, including a 46-6 thumping last week at El Dorado. But as you said, Mark, it's homecoming night here in Johnston City, and the crowds are filling up Van Meter Field. You can see the stands packed with Johnston City Indian red, and all the fans packed, ready to make this a playoff-type atmosphere, and it certainly is. 5-1 Cesar-Valliere coming in against 5-1 Johnston City. One of these two teams will be guaranteed a playoff spot. And we'll talk more about the homecoming festivities they celebrated this week coming up in just a few moments. But for now, we're going to send it back to the studio with Mark.
Thank you, Danny. A lot of excitement there tonight in Johnston City, but it's a somber night in El Dorado. Despite homecoming celebrations, the school is mourning the loss of a senior student. Students gathered at the high school this afternoon after their classmate, 17-year-old Heath Toothman, passed away after the school's homecoming parade. School officials say Toothman was on his way back from the parade with his fellow seniors when he jumped off the float and hit his head. He was airlifted at Deaconess Hospital in Evansville, where he was pronounced dead. Tonight, school officials and family look back on the life of a young man they say touched so many people.
Was a friend to anyone and would do anything you asked. There's just last night when the kids were talking, just to hear all the impacts he's had and the stories he has with kids was a very healing time, I think, as we start this process with our students.
Now you're looking live at El Dorado, where in just a few minutes there will be a dedication at this evening's football game. Students there tonight are wearing Toothman's favorite color, blue. And we'll have more on the dedication on News 3 at 10. El Dorado comes into tonight's game 1-5 on the season. They're facing Carmi White County, which brings a 4-2 record into the game. The Bearcats of CZR make the long bus ride to Edwards County tonight. And Flora wins by forfeit over Vienna Goreville. The Wolves are now 5-2 on the season. Tomorrow, Fairfield can clinch a playoff spot. The Mules are in Hamilton County to face the Foxes in a 1 o'clock start. Now to the River to River Conference, where our game of the week is Murfreesboro at Harrisburg. And that's where we find Joe Rahana. Joe, it's a big night tonight for those Bulldogs fans.
Of Jonathan and Jessica Fiesel.
That's right, Mark. We're here in Harrisburg where they're taking on the Red Devils from Murfreesboro. And I'm joined with head coach Matt Griffith. It is senior night, and they are bringing out the seniors. They're being honored tonight. Tell us a little bit about what this means to Harrisburg to have these seniors out here and have their appearance.
Absolutely. That was the big thing we talked about at the beginning of the year, was to get these seniors out here to form a foundation for what can be the next future generation of Bulldog football to come. So this is a huge deal to be able to honor these young men tonight. And, of course, the cheerleaders and every other fall activity.
Now from the band and color.
Now it is also Pink Out night, and you guys are wearing special uniforms for the Pink Out. Tell me a little bit about what that means to you guys and how that's going.
Absolutely. Anytime we have an opportunity to salute anyone that has done any kind of battle in the past, whether that is military appreciation or it's a cancer night. So many fans, community has backed us, and it's easy for us to put that on our chest and our back to support them as well.
All right, now you guys are taking on a pretty tough team tonight. How are you guys feeling, and what have you been doing to prepare for this week?
We've told them since day one just to take on the opponent that you have this week. So every week it is, we're going to beat this team. We're preparing to do nothing but that, and that's what we've been gearing up for every day this week.
All right, that's right. We now are wrapping up here in Harrisburg.
Brady Dutton, son of Stanley.
They are still out here on the field taking care of senior night, and
participates in football.
Live from Harrisburg, Joe Rahana.
Daughter of Eric and Elizabeth Eversman.
Thank you, Joe. Now let's take a look at the other river-to-river games tonight. Pinckneyville is playing at Nashville. The Hornets are 5-1 on the season and can clinch their 3rd straight playoff berth with a win. DuQuoin is in Anna Jonesboro to take on the Wildcats. Both teams are 3-3 on the season. The Carterville Lions host Madison in a non-conference game tonight. And on the Ohio side of the conference, West Frankfort is in Herrin, and Massac County plays the unbeaten Rangers in Benton. Again, here are the teams hoping to clinch playoff spots tonight and tomorrow. Benton is already in. Murfreesboro, Nashville, Marion, Johnston City, Cesar-Valliere-Waltonville, and Fairfield can all clinch playoff berths with victories. We have more coverage of our featured games of the week coming up after the break. We invite you to stay with us.